recording.
So today I'm going to talk about scalloping. Yes, I am aware that most people call them scallops, but I'm from South Georgia and I'm going to call them scallops. You're just going to have to be okay with that. Anyways, oops. If you're not aware of what a scallop is, it's a tasty seafood treat that can be fried, grilled, blackened, pan-seared. I'm not going to keep going on. There's many more, but I don't want to sound like Bubba off of Forrest Gump, so I'm just going to leave it at that. They're not the meat off of a stingray, and if you think that, then you are wrong. A real scallop is a shell. It comes out of a shell. It's the meat. The meat is a muscle, and dang. There are sea scallops and bay scallops. Today I'm going to mostly talk about bay scallops because that's my favorite kind. I prefer them. To get them, you have to get off of the boat and go snorkeling. And it's very neat to go snorkeling because you're not just looking for scallops. You can also see all kinds of fish, and like you're swimming with the fish. It's really cool. You have to go to shallow water in the Bay of Florida, like on the Gulf side. And they like to hide in grassy areas. But they're still easy to spot because they have like blue eyes which like line their shell. It's actually really pretty, and if you want to see, I have a picture later after class. It's best to go on calm days because if you go when the wind is blowing, then it's going to be wavy and the water gets in your snorkel, and that is not a good situation. I've had that happen before. Almost drowned, not really, but my favorite place to go is Port St. Joe in Florida. They usually have an abundant amount of scallops, and they're not too hard to find. Sometimes scallops are kind of hard to find because they're spread out. I like that in Port St. Joe they're kind of all like in a group together. Scallops they look like the shells that are washed up on the beach, like you see the halves of shells that are washed up on the beach. These are two shells that are like put together. And like I said, the meat is Like I said, the meat is the muscle. The limit of scallops that you can have in one day is 2 quarts per boat, or you can have 1 pint per person. If you go over that, the DNR will catch you, and that's not a good thing. The season, you can't just go any day and get them. The season starts the very first week of July, the very first Saturday actually, unless July 4th is on that Saturday, then it starts the following week. And it lasts until about the end of September. My favorite time to go is towards the end of July or the very beginning of August because they're not all picked over. The scallops aren't picked all over, but there's not a lot of people there. When you first go, there's a lot of people there, and it's just hard to find the scallops. You must have a dive flag when you're going scalloping. If you don't, then people won't know if you're diving or not, so they won't look around to see that you're out in the water. You could get run over by a boat. It's also illegal to not have a dive flag. You'll get stopped by the DNR, and you'll probably get a ticket. I hope you enjoyed my speech about,
Scallops.